Then we also work at the interface of text and speech in our lab. So we work on all these tasks, that is automatic speech recognition, that means converting speech into text. Then we have the disfluency correction. So when we speak, if you notice, even I am speaking now, I am dropping some sentences in between. I am saying the words like and so on. So these words or disfluencies need to be removed before passing that text which has came out of a automatic speech recognition system to other NLP systems. Okay. So this is done by disfluency correction. So it is like a pre-processing step for tasks like summarization, machine translation, and so on. So we correct the disfluencies in the ASR output and then pass it to different NLP tasks. So here we have example of machine translation. So then at last we have something called as text to speech. So a text is written and machine reads it out. If you see the nature of this automatic speech recognition and text to speech, you have to deal them. They have to deal with the different accents of the people, speed, tone, pitch, and dialects of the languages, and so on. So again, deep learning techniques are at the rescue. We have combined all these things and developed a speech-to-speech machine translation system, which I can demo you now. So let's take a look at it. So we have the text-to-text system and also the speech-to-speech system. Let me give you a quick demo. So I will just press the mic button, says a few lines or maybe just one line, and it will produce output in the Marathi language. Let's see that. We participated in the Digital India Week's celebration at Gandhinagar. So this is what I had spoken.
गांधीनगर मध्ये आयोजित डिजिटल इंडिया सप्ताहात आपण सहभागी झालो.
Yeah, are you guys able to? Were you guys able to listen listen to the output? Yeah. So yeah. So this is the system which we have developed. The system has 3 language directions as of now: English, Hindi, English Marathi, and Hindi Marathi. You can try them. This is a website. You can just go to this and try it. So here, one unique feature about this is the system is still listening to what I'm saying. I have stopped it. Otherwise, it keeps listening to me. So we have added something we refer as pause detection. So the system refers the system tries to identify the pauses when I give input to it. Once it detects a pause, it tries to decide whether I have completed a sentence or not. Once it knows that I have completed a sentence, then it starts translating that sentence into another language. So this is an example of this is a live speech-to-speech system. As you have seen, the delay was not more than maybe 2 seconds. The use case that we are targeting is we want to use this system in the lectures. So a professor may deliver a lecture in English and the system would keep listening to what he is saying. Whenever he completes a sentence, that sentence would be translated to different languages at the same time. And students sitting in different parts of the country can listen to that lecture at that time in their own languages. We have already tied up with one of the engineering college in Maharashtra, and we are like happy to say that we from the next semester the C programming course would be taught using our MT system to them. So
That's cool.
yeah, and I missed to demo of this. This is again we have something called as plot generator or scene generator. So we are working with Disney Plus. You all might be aware about it. Disney Plus Hotstar. So we are working with them for scene generation. So scene generation, it's a really difficult task. they have to spend a lot of time in generating a scene or generating a plot for their next maybe short film, movie or something. So we use deep learning systems to actually help them. So here I can give a simple prompt. I don't want to waste much time. Let me just say Amit was from poor family. He got a scholarship to study abroad, maybe. Okay. Oops, I did not change it to Bollywood. Okay, now let's see what the system would do. System would give us a plot. This plot can, they generate this plot using this system and then use that to expand on it or write a complete scene. We also provide the scene generator where using this system, you can get a complete scene for your next play or something like that. So I had made a mistake by not selecting the Bollywood here. Now the name is Amit, which belongs to Indian context, and the plot was for Hollywood movie. Okay, we don't have time to read all this, but yeah, again, this is a website. You can go to it, go here and read this. The output is quite good usually. Sometimes it goes haywire. Okay, one important thing here is see the amount of output that is produced, right? So you have to read in just two or three or maybe five sentences at most, right? And you have to come up with 10 times more sentences from that information. So it is really difficult for a computer to do. Just generating sentences is a different thing, and generating sentences in such a way that they follow some order, some association with each other, it's again a different ball game. So that is something that these systems handle. So you can go and check that.
Saurabh, can you share the links of those websites in chat box?
Yes, yes, I will share slides and also the links to your websites as
Okay,
well.
thanks,
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah. Then we also work on problems that fall under cognitive NLP. Now, what is cognitive NLP? Here we try to get the feedback from the user to see how difficult it is for him to understand the text or perform the task and so on. So here is an example for essay grading. So we have used cognitive NLP in education technology to automatically grade the essays. Okay, but it is not completely automatic. It would use some feedback from the human. So instead of reading the complete text and taking the burden of coming up with a single number for the whole essay, what a person can do is person can use our system. Our system has a component that is called as eye tracker. It would scan or it would keep scanning how you are going through the text, how you are moving your gaze from first word towards the last word of the sentence, how many times you are going back, on which word you are focusing, and so like different parameters are involved there. And we use some deep learning based techniques uh, using this input and the original essay and also the article or the domain to which the essay belongs, and then our system scores it. So we have used this system in uh, KV at the IIT, so Kendriya Vidyalaya at IIT Bombay, and they are quite satisfied with it. So it uh, from the experiments we know that it reduces the time and also the system really helps them. So that is one good application of cognitive NLP. We also use it for evaluating our systems. Like if you have developed machine translation system, we show the translated outputs to a linguist and record his gaze behavior to know how difficult was the translation, how much effort he had to put to understand the translation and so on. This is another piece of work which we recently did. So if you know that so many suicides are happening, one thing is these people who have suicidal tendencies often write many things. So if we somehow get access to such text or text written by people who are in depression and so on, we can use this system and actually predict whether that person has suicidal tendencies or not. We go again one step further and try to predict how intense his suicidal tendencies are. So that is again some work some doctors and all are using it.